I would like to ask you to look at the camera and just speak to the Indonesian people for a minute. What's something you want them to know how you feel about their country?
Okay.
Jogja Joe, oh Jogja Joe, rolling through the city, letting blessings flow. He loves his food, he loves his soul. But when the moonlight calls, to bed he goes.
All right, everybody, it's the long-awaited talk with Daniel about, dangerous Daniel.
Dangerous, yes.
About his thoughts here in Indonesia. We've been traveling and doing a lot of things, and he's been able to experience Indonesia the past 12 days. So now we want to learn, what does he really think about it? So thank you for checking out Jogja Joe here. There's going to be a lot of good questions and information here that you want to follow. Let me just start from the beginning. What was your first impression of Indonesia when you arrived here?
When I arrived to Indonesia, my first impression was it's a really nice country because the airport in Jakarta is very nice, and the hotel in Jakarta was very easy to arrive in the airport, had good food and amenities in the room was nice. And when I arrived here to Jogja, the impression is the same because the airport here in Jogja has amenities. It's a nice airport here. And I think was a good impression. When you arrive to Indonesia in first time, you can understand it's a developed country. I was in the Hotel De Prima Wellness Center in the Terminal 3 of the Jakarta Soekarno Airport. It's a nice hotel there with, I am tall and the bed was enough for me with a bathroom inside the room and was nice.
Good. So how did you feel about the Indonesian people when you got here? You started meeting people. You met a lot of people while you were here, had a lot of conversations. Some of them in English, some of them through translation. What did you think about those Indonesian people? Were they welcoming?
Yes, they are welcoming. They are hospitable. They are too kind. My first impression of Indonesian people was in the flight from Singapore because I know an Indonesian who was in my side in the plane, and he told me about some places. He recommended me some places, and he was very kind. When we arrived, he told me where is the hotel, and in general, people in immigration, officers in the airport before I arrived here to Jogja was very kind. People here is very welcoming. It's normal for people here in Indonesia to speak in English. Not all, but almost all. They can understand you and they can look for another person for help you, and they are very happy, very kind, helpful. Indonesian people is very nice.
Would you say, now this might be hard for you because some Colombians are going to be watching this, but would you say that Colombians are nicer than Indonesians, or Indonesians are nicer than Colombians?
I think we have similar cultures. We are both very welcoming, very hospitable, but maybe for me as a foreigner who come from very far country was very nice, was very kind Indonesian here because I can understand them in their first language, and I need to. It's a wall, and they was very willing to help.
All right, so this is a question I really like. Describe Indonesia in 3 words.
It's a hard question. Maybe spicy. Indonesia is spicy.
Yeah.
They use a lot of spicy food. Indonesia is lush.
Yeah, green.
Exuberant green. And Indonesia is captivating.
It's
very captivating. Yeah. Has a lot of impressive landscape, has beautiful beaches, has incredible spots. Indonesia is very Instagrammable.
Instagrammable. Yeah, I think that's true. So that's interesting, those 3 words. Captivating. What was the captivating spot that when you think of it was captivating, what do you think of? Oh, what spot do you think of?
A lot. We was in a glamping, and to see when the sun comes down. How do you say
The
that?
sunset?
The sunset is incredible there, between the pines. Was incredible. Was a captivating moment. And when you are in a place high and you see the fog around the mountains is incredible. It's very nice. And when you see the beaches with the violence of water, it's nice. It's very impressive. I don't remember all. Maybe you can see the videos before, but
Yes.
we have a lot of moments captivating here. We have a lot of nice, incredible moments here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's wonderful. So you've eaten a lot of Indonesian food. We haven't really tried too much to eat anything that wasn't from Indonesia. What did you try, and what was your favorite?
Oh, I tried a lot of food here. I don't remember the names in Bahasa Indonesia. Excuse me for that, but I can make a summary. I tried nasi goreng. I tried ayam goreng. I tried pisang goreng. I tried avocado milkshake. Ramen. I tried the meat rice.
Satay?
Satay. Tahu, tofu, tempe. And the meat, spicy meat with beef. Do you remember?
Rendang.
Rendang was impressionant. Yes, impressive. And
Indomie, the ramen we had was
Indomie too. Yes, and I think all Indonesian food is good. Maybe one part of food is too spicy for me. I am very weak with the spicy, but I think almost all food is incredible. Your coffee here is delicious. I am Colombian. I really appreciate good coffees, and coffees here are incredible. We had the opportunity to taste coffee with condensed milk, coffee with sugar from coconuts, with egg.
Yeah, that was really great, wasn't it? From Casademia.
From Casademia, yes.
Yeah.
Coffee with ice cream. A lot of coffees, and all was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely right. A lot of good memories on that food that we had. A lot of different things. Pepes ayam, karadak, bubur ayam, soto, a lot of different things, a lot of different food that we tried all over. So yeah, it's really delicious and really good. Were there any foods that surprised you in either how strong the flavors were or in how spicy they were?
Today we had bebek, we had duck, and the duck was not really spicy, but was intense. And I feel that in my throat, and I don't know why. Was delicious, but I need to take it in little bits because it's too intense, the flavor for me.
So that's a good question. If you don't like spicy food, what advice would you give to somebody who's coming to Indonesia?
They can survive even if they don't eat spicy food, because I survive.
Yeah.
It's normal. You can request for people, don't give me food with spicy.
Nothing spicy.
Spicy. Yes, I think you can request. I either taste spicy food because I was trying to challenge me, but you can only request don't eat spicy food, and they can help you. They are very honest with the spiciness.
Honest, yeah. Tell me, is there any words that you learned in Bahasa Indonesia?
Oh, a lot of words.
What are some words you learned?
For example, they say apple to apple. They say terima kasih for thank you. They say selamat for all. Selamat is a very useful word because they use that word to say good morning, goodbye, happy birthday, congratulations. The same word. They say jeruk to orange. They say goreng to fry it. Ayam to chicken, bebek is duck, pisang is banana, and
yeah, we need to keep you another 12 more days, and you'll learn a lot more words.
Yeah, a lot of words.
That's good.
Satu, dua, tiga is
Satu, dua,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Uno, dos, tres.
Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah,
Yes.
you need to learn Bahasa Español. More people in the world speak Bahasa Espanol than speak Bahasa Indonesia. So, but it's actually close. It's actually close. A lot of people.
Yeah, the phonetics are close.
Yeah, yeah. All right. What was a cultural experience that stood out to you? Something about the culture here that's different.
A person here told me they usually give to another people when they are in their birthdays. Was impressive for me because it's just the opposite that I used to do. I used to request gifts for other people in my birthday.
Yes.
It's normal in the Western world. It's interesting because they are very happy for the life gift and they give gifts to another people in that sense.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so you were here with me for 12 days and we went here and there, and you might not remember all of the names, but tell us where you went. You know, if you don't remember the names, just what was the place like?
Okay, we was in a lot of places. The first day here we was trying coffee with charcoal, coffee
Jos?
After we was eating some Indonesian food, and then we was in an incredible place near to Jogja, Blue Ocean, Jombok Blue Ocean. That place is in a strategic place because it has many beaches, many impressive beaches around, and we was in some of that beaches and was incredible. We was doing snorkeling, we was doing maybe hiking there, and the place, the hotel, the resort in Jombok was very nice. After we was in many places, we was in the camping, we was in a place with a gondola, and we was making a gondola, doing a gondola ride between two big rocks, and was impressive. That beach was incredible because the water, the ocean is very violent and shake the walls of rock, and it's impressionant. We had a lot of good pictures of there. You can see that picture in
Yeah, check it out. Check that video out if you haven't already.
another video. And we was in a place having lobster. We was in a place doing snorkeling and looking for fishes, and the fishes was very nice, very beautiful. And we was in a nice glamping in a pine forest. Yes, and in that place we was looking for a sunrise, and it was a nice experience. And we was learning a lot. We was making doing archery, and we was doing a journey in ATVs.
Yeah, taking a journey with ATVs. Yeah, that was nice.
ATVs.
Yeah.
And then we was
we were doing a lot.
We were done, yes, and then we was in Prambanan, in Borobudur, Krimansari, seen a lot of nice restaurants, seen a lot of places, and was incredible. We were in an impressive cave.
That was.
And we were doing tubing in another impressive cave. Was captivating pictures from Indonesia there.
We saw some waterfalls.
The waterfalls.
Yeah, swimming, jumping in the pool, and all that. That was a lot of fun. So now this is a really tough question, okay? And it's all right, but I just want to know, what was the one thing that you'll remember the easiest, like the quickest, when you go home and you're, maybe a year from now and you think, oh yeah, I went to Indonesia last year. What's one thing that you'll be like, you're sure you'll remember?
Oh, it's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
I will remember all from here, maybe, because it was very memorable for me. But maybe if a person asks me, I will say it's impressive how a country too far, because we are in the opposite side of the world, has a lot of similarities with us. We are all the mankind similar, and that is very incredible because we are in Asia. And I am from South America. We have different cultural origins. We have different life histories, we have different point of view, but we are very similar, and that reason is that thing is memorable because we are all the same human genre.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I like that answer. That's a good answer. I'm curious though about, you had a lot of different things that happened. Was there anything that was really funny or unexpected that happened?
Sure. For me, it's unexpected that they think I am Indonesian. They all think all people here is speaking to me in Bahasa Indonesia. All people say me, oh, you look like a Japanese. All people told me, oh, you are from here, from Indonesia, from another island, not only Japanese. And I think it's fun, it's nice, it's good. I feel good for that because it's nice. And it's interesting because they don't see me like a bully, a bule.
Yeah.
They say bule to foreigners.
What's one thing that is in Indonesia that you cannot find in Colombia?
Oh, many. For example, we don't have in Colombia durian, jackfruit, coffee with egg, milkshakes with avocado, and we don't have in Colombia your spices, tofu.
Oh yeah,
Tempe.
Yeah. So what about the roads? The roads, and then also the cars and the motors. Is that like Colombia? Different than Colombia? Tell us.
It's very similar. For example, in
A lot of bikes and a lot of motors in Colombia?
A lot of bikes. We have a lot of bikes too. And we have principal road, between the main cities. And we have a secondary road and between cities, small cities and the fields. And ours very similar. They have roads not so good, not perfect, but they usable.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I think you can go to all the interesting place in car. It's easy. Easy. It's not hard. A lot of cars here have names in Spanish. For example, they have here Toyota Avanza. Avanza is a word from Spanish. They have Toyota Veloz. It's a word from Spanish.
What do those words mean?
Avanza is like go ahead, and Veloz is like fast. And another example that I don't remember, but they use a Spanish word for that type of thing.
And Casademia. Casa is house, and Besar Grande. Yeah. Tell us about Casa Grande.
Casa Grande is here a regency, but in Spanish, Casa Grande is like a big house. And they have words from Spanish maybe, and we have the same word. For example, for gratis is the same word. For permiso, it's very similar. They say it's permisi, we say permiso, and we have similar words like luna. Luna is other word very similar. Equal, it's the same word for the same word, and we have very different words like
lots of most of the words
are very different. For example, they say matahari to the sun, and we say the sol. It's most easy to say sol than matahari, but they are complicated.
So what about daily life? What were the differences here in daily life between here and Colombia?
Oh, they are many differences. For example, they here don't walk with shoes in their houses. It's very different because I am not accustomed to leave my shoes out my house. It's not usual for me. And they has different type of bathroom. It's usual to see hot squatty potty bathroom that is not common in my country. It's not common in South America. And they has a different distribution of bathroom. They has the shower in the same place of the bathroom. They don't have a room inside the bathroom for the shower like Americans, like us in South America. It's different that thing, and they are more practice quick cooking food because you can request a ramen, nomi in
5 minutes.
In 5 minutes, wherever you can request.
But it takes a little longer in Colombia.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We don't so easy, so practice. So they don't use toilet paper. They use bidet, and some places has a water. How do you say
a dish, a bowl?
No, has a stick with water in your.
Yeah, that's a bidet. No.
What are bidets?
So actually, the bidet is what's in the toilet seat.
And which is the
and
other?
They just call it a bidet, and that's fine. That they call it a bidet. But the rest of the world says no, that's not really a bidet. That's just you just have water beside your toilet. You spray it. it's not really a bidet, but it does the same thing. And so it's called a bidet here, and that's fine, but it's actually not what the rest of the world that uses bidets, like Europeans, they wouldn't think that that's really a bidet. All right, great answers, great questions. Would you recommend that your friends or family come to Indonesia? It's a long way from Colombia. Expensive flight.
Yes, it's expensive flight. If you travel to Europe, it's more expensive, but you can save some money if you have the American visa, because you can buy a ticket from your country to United States, and then you can buy flight from the United States to Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines is a good airline. They give you food 2 times in the flight between San Francisco and Singapore. The places are comfortable. The people is very kind. It's very ordered, the process for the flight, and even being a flight of 16 hours is you can survive. You can survive. It's not good. It's not the best experience for your life. A flight so long, but it's not torture. It's not like you can survive. It's not easy, but it's not too hard.
Yes.
You can come here with relative easily. And then maybe some advices. First, don't be worried about the money, because they can receive your credit cards from there, from your country, in all places. Most of places has POS, and I was very concerned maybe for bring here with all my things for personal care, for example, and it's not needed really. They has a lot of supermarkets and grocery stores with a lot of things that you use in your country. They have all types of soap, skincare, and a lot of things here. It's not needed to bring with all your house in your luggage. Be relaxed. Indonesia is too comfortable for stay here. It's a country with their own culture, but they are not closed. They know they are visited for a lot of people, foreigners, and they understand your needs and they can help you. And don't be concerned. It's my advice.
All right, so let's focus on a last thing. I would like to ask you to look at the camera and just speak to the Indonesian people for a minute. What's something you want them to know about how you feel about their country?
Okay, I think your country is incredible. You have a lot of potential because you are a lot of people. You are the 4th most populated country in the world, and you are the only country in the world in that people is growing. The population is growing. You have the future of a lot of the mankind here, because you are one of the countries that has future in population, and love your country, and you need to stay here, work for your country, and maybe use your beautiful places to earn money and to request more tourists and still be a nice place for visiting. I think so. I think you are very lucky for your country.
Yeah. I think it's a great place, great country. Thank you guys so much for watching. We have had a ball spending time together in Jogja and making sure he got to experience the best of this area. And I do believe it's in his heart to come back. He wants to come back, and when he does, like everybody, he wants to visit Bali. I think that's, we got him to visit Jogja the first time, and maybe next time Bali, Lombok, Sulawesi, Sumatra, Kalimantan. Who knows what's next for this man? But why don't you put down a little encouragement for him down in the comments? I'm sure that he would appreciate that a lot. And thanks a lot for watching, and be looking out for future episodes. Take care, everybody.
Take care.